Hey everybody, welcome to Adventures with Peps. We're finally doing a little battle report. Some very quick disclaimers. I recorded this a while back. I was full of cold. I was sick. I made some dodgy life choices. I used an action cam. Probably not the right scenario for it. Definitely did not have the light on my side. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you at the end of the video. Hey everybody, welcome to Adventures with Peps. Today we are playing the final scenario in the Judge Dredd. I am the lore starter set by Warlord Games. This has been a long time coming, but it's finally here. It's finally happening. So let's dive in. The forces are quite simple. It's using everything in the box. That makes life very easy indeed. So up first we have the Justice Department from Sector 102, made up of Senior Judge Silar, representing me in game, and he is aided today by veteran street judge Clayton, which in my fluff she's actually a watch leader, so this is a downgrade for her, but I wanted to use a different model than the rookie, so she made the most sense. They are armed with the Mark II Lawgiver Daystick boot knife as usual. That's the only way you can take a judge. And then they are going up against the Blood Pact, which will consist of 3 heavies, which are Lieutenant Erlock with his combat rifle. Then we have Skara with his dual pistol. And we round out the heavies with Tay and her auto stump gun. Then the rest are going to be punks. So you got Jago with his spit pistol, I with her shorn off shotgun, and we've got Mabon, same loadout. And then we have some pistols rounding out the group. So we have Serdar. Then we have Herodor, who is armed with a pistol and a knife. And he makes perfect sense for this mission because the safe house is going to be the kidney hut location that his parents own. So that is where we are raiding today as the judges. Now, the point of this mission is the judges get a turn of sneaking, maybe 2 turns if they're lucky, and then all hell breaks loose. Now, I was reading through the rules and most of it makes sense. There was one rule that made no sense to me, and that is the backup. So the idea is you sneak along, and if the judges end up in line of sight of a sentry, they stand a chance of getting spotted. As soon as they're spotted, the alarm is raised and half of the gang can then come on. We'll cover that a bit more as we go along. But there was a rule that said after the first turn, the additional backups get added to the bag and they come on. I didn't like that rule, so I played the sentry card as long as I could. I think it only goes into the second turn in this game. But the setup of the board, as you can see, I tried to keep most of the buildings on the half with the safe house, just to give the gangers as much cover as possible. And then I placed some scatter terrain around for the judges to take, along with a sort of concrete bridge going across this weird sump acid corrosive pool, whatever it might be. Could just be a puddle of recycle. It's going to be gross once I get the resin pour in. But for now, we got this bridge going across that will allow the judges access. I can see this tower actually being quite blocking in the game, so that's probably the way we're going to go. But more on that as we move through. Deploying models. The Blood Pact gets 4 models on the board, 4 models off the board. The 4 models that start on the board are acting as sentries and start on their half of the table near the safe house, whereas the 2 judges will move on from the more open area. They have the armory cards, so Justice Department gets High-X, Ricochet, and they also get the big Meg card, Spy in the Sky, Bring It On, and Munch for Brains, while the Blood Pact gets Smoke Bomb, Stims, Med Pack, and the big Meg cards Cover Me, Sixth Sense, Boingers. As always, I am going to forget rules, or I'm going to forget to do stuff in order. You're just going to have to accept that happen, and I will try to limit when that happens. For the first few turns, the Blood Pact, when their tokens get pulled, you roll a dice. If you get the explosion symbol, they are allowed to make 1 normal move action. If you get a shield, they remain stationary, and if you get 2000 AD, the judges move them. If at any point they can draw line of sight to a judge, you roll a dice to see what happens. If the judge is in heavy cover, the Blood Pact need a 2000 AD symbol to see. If it's light cover, they need a shield. If it's no cover, they need the explosion symbol. And if they're within their cool distance in inches, they automatically see them. As soon as that happens, the remaining 4 Blood Packers get their chips in the bag and start playing as normal. And the game ends if the judges can subdue 4 Blood Packers, or if the Blood Packers can subdue 1 judge. So it's all to play for. Right, let's get into the game. Right, away we go. Now, hopefully I'll remember everything as we're going along. I do apologize if not. Here is the first chip. It is a Blood Pact, and we're going to give it to the shorn off stump guy in the middle of the board here. Nice central position. He is looking forward. I kind of set up my models to be fun, but I rolled a shield, so no action. He is just going to stay there looking straight forward. But yeah, as I was setting stuff up, I put them the way I think they would have been if they were in real world, playing with each other, talking to each other, you know, hanging out on street corners. Up next, we got the we got the Judge Silar token. Wow, my brain is fried, guys. He just took a simple double action, or 2 single actions, and moved forward. He then attempts to put his chip back in the bag and was successful, which is always a nice bonus. We shake up the bag and we pull, it's a Blood Pact. We are gonna go with Hirador. Let's see if we can get him out and about. Now, obviously his parents own the Kidney Hut, so he is worried about this place. And he obviously heard Judge Silar, so he moved up a little bit closer, making way for Judge Python to move on up. We are going to attempt to put the chip back in the bag, and she fails and pins herself, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then we pretty much go through the rest of the Blood Pact here, and nobody gets any real actions. It's pretty sad. We just, yeah, I just kept rolling shields. It was not a good turnout. As you can see, Blood Pact once again moves the camera over so you can see what I'm doing. It's the guy near, it's the getaway driver, Jago, and yep, doesn't move either. And then the final chip is obviously going to be a Judge Silar. Now, I'm pretty much hanging out in the open here, so I'm just going to move him up. I don't want anyone to see him, so I'm just going to hide in the corner, see if we can get the chip back in. And I failed. Ugh. Technically, he was the last chip in back, so there should have been 1 less dice there. But that's the end of turn 1, and we are going to do a little cleanup of the tokens before we jump into turn 2. That was a pretty unexciting turn 1. Let's be honest there, guys. I do apologize. Right, on to turn 2. To kick things off, we have the Blood Pact. It's going to be L in the corner here, and she stays still. No, we got to start trying to get some of these guys up so they can catch the judge. Let's see, up next, we'll go with Herator. If we get the explosion, oh no, it's the 2000 AD. That means the judges control him. He is going to turn around and walk the other way. He is not spotting any judges this turn. That is terrible. Maybe he's chasing a rad rat or something. Oh dear, that's bad. Up next, it's Blood Pact again. Okay, Mabon is going to move up this time. He is armed with shorn off shotgun or stump gun, and they are deadly at close combat. So he's going to move up in the hopes that he might spot them soon. But yeah, as you can see, the camera is very wobbly. I do apologize. I'm trying out my action cam. I didn't want to use the big camera. It's a lot of work to try and record a battle report. So I'm trying out something new. Hopefully you like it. If you do, make sure you drop a comment below, hit the like button, all that good stuff. And we'll move on to the judges. Can she get rid of her pin token? No. Great. So first activation is that, and she'll move up to support Judge Silar and hide among the pipes. That seems to be the safest place to be along this way. And we also failed to get the chip back in the bag, so she is now pinned. This is rough. The Justice Department are not having a very good showing here. Up next is the Blood Pact again. Okay, we've only got Jago in the corner here, and he gets to move up. Ooh, where am I going to go? Let's move towards here. I know that's pretty hard cover to see over, but if the judges start firing, he's got some good cover. And in theory, this is Judge Silar. Now, if I pop out and get spotted, the alarm will be raised. But if the alarm isn't raised and I can shoot and kill Mabon, we've got another turn of stealthing along. So I'm going to risk it. I'll step out. Let's see if he spots me. And nope. He doesn't see me. But then, oh, hang on. I'm actually within his cool distance. I am, yeah. Hang on. Maffin, reading rules here. I'm reading rules. Yep, he is within his cool distance. So he gets to actually just raise the alarm. The alarm has gone off. The other blood packers are going to join the fight in a moment. Their tokens are getting put in the bag, as you can probably tell by my shadow everywhere. I'm learning these setups. Hopefully the next game you'll see might be an ABC Warrior one. So we'll see if we can improve on all these little errors that I'm making, like the lighting. It's weird with the action camera, it needs a lot more light on the subject to be able to see what's going on. But I guess that's the joy of the action camera, is a smaller camera. Right, so Judge Silar's going to open fire. He is at close range, meaning he gets to roll 5 dice to hit. And we grab the dice. We are looking for a single hit. We only need one hit. Can we get the one hit? And we do. That's all we needed. Now, Mabon gets to dodge. He is a normal punk, so it's just an evade of 2, I want to say. And fails. So the shot goes through and we roll for damage. We scored 1. Let's see if Mabon can downgrade this with some shields. He's got armor 2. And he rolls no shields. Ow. That means he has taken his first injury marker of the game. That is going to decrease all his stats by 1. That is going to be super rough for this poor blood packer. Up next, we're going to see if Judge Silar can get his chip back in the bag, which he does successfully with that 2000 AD. So that's going to drop back in. And we will, at this stage, play Munch for Brains, which will allow us the ability to mess up the blood packer's schemes. So the next blood packer that comes into play has to pass a cool test or lose an activation. Right, pulling out chip. It is... Oh, it's Judge Silar again. I did not shake that bag very well. He is going to try and shoot the blood packer. Blood packer is playing Sixth Sense, which means he gets to shoot first. It basically is a gunfighter type skill. I'm not entirely sure when you play it. I'm not sure if it's during the evade phase or if he just gets to shoot now. I'm treating it as he shoots first and then the judge can shoot back. Right, he gets his 3 shots and gets 2 hits. He only needed the 1, so that's always a good start. Then it's up to Judge Silar to evade. Gets his 3 dice and whiffs the evade. Oh, no, that's terrible. Ouch. Right, the stump gun is going to be power 4. This could be trouble for Judge Silar. He was hoping to pop his head out and kill this guy, and now seems to be in real trouble. So with his 4 dice, here we go. We're looking for those fire markers, and we get none. 3 2000 ADs and a shield. This is terrible. My bad luck is rubbing off on everyone. Right, Judge Silar's gonna now shoot back. At close range, he's rolling 5 dice. There's plenty of hits. Now it's on to Mabon to evade. He only gets 1, and he fails the... Oh, he succeeds. So that is a whiff. Silar shoots again. Should have rolled 5, only rolled 4. But he scores the hit, so it don't really matter. Mabon this time fails to dodge. We are now looking at a power 4 attack. In that attack, Silar scored 1 damage and the blood packer scored 1 shield, causing a stun result, meaning this guy is now subdued. So first blood to the judges. Let's see if the Blood Pact can come back from this. We have the Munch for Brains taking effect. I'm going to use this on the combat rifle heavy. I know he's not going to be in a position to shoot this turn, so losing an action and being stuck on the side of the board isn't end of the world for him. But he does have a cooler free. And oh, he gets the 2000 AD, so 0 effect. So his first activation is moving to the edge of the board, second will be walking up, and he's now in a nice supporting position. Up next is another Blood Pact. We are going to move on the heavy with the 2 pistols, and as part of his turn, he is going to activate Boingers onto Judge Silar, meaning that this is coming in to bounce off Judge Silar. Acts like a small explosion. This could be rough for the judge. As you can see, he is pinned because he failed to get his chip back in. The boing only causes 1 damage. That was quite lucky. We now have to see if Judge Silar's armor is up to the task. And 1, 2. It's -1 damage, so absolutely nothing happens. What a result. And then finally the last punk comes on, or the last 2 punks come on. And that is end of turn 2. Chaotic. So the judges got their first punk down, 3 more to go for them to win the game. I think we only made 1 big mistake, which was forgetting the stun marker on Judge Silar. Not end of the world, but a little bit naughty of me. Start of turn 3, we get the Blood Pact. Who am I going to kick off with first? I think Herodor saw Mabon fall down after being shot in the head, I guess, and stunned horrifically. So he needs to turn around and rescue his kidney hut before it gets overrun by the Justice Department. He is going to safely just move on up as his first action, and then take a quick little snapshot at Judge Silar. Hopefully he can do something good here. I'd be surprised if he does, let's be honest. Now, things we have to remember: senior judges have fortitude, so they ignore the first result. So the stun that he should have is currently not affecting him. So pistol, he hit. Silar failed to dodge. So now we move on to power. It's nice, simple power free because it's just a little pistol. Nothing too scary there. And pow. 2 damage. This is not looking good. Silar, with his armor of 4, is hoping to save this one. He needs at least 2 shields here. If he gets 2 shields, it's a stun. If he manages to get 3 shields, then it's no damage whatsoever. Right, here we go. We got 2 shields. So that is a stun. So this stun is now going to start affecting Silar's stats, which is never good. Right, there we go. The stun is now on him. And that is the end of that punk's turn. That was quite successful. Now, in theory, old Judgy should have 2 stuns on him. So, oh, we are going to go Silar now, and we are going to use the Big Meg card, I think. We are going to firstly check for the pin, and we get rid of the pin. And then we're going to roll the Big Meg Bring It On card, which should, in theory, remove the pins and stuns. So done. Nice and simple. He is back. He's back and ready to fight. Moves over to the car. He's going to take a shot at Herodor as he is in the open. Going to be shooting with 5 dice, which is always delicious. And scores a couple of hits. That's nice. Herodor gets the ability to evade. He only gets 2 dice as a punk. Looking for a 2000 AD symbol, and he got it. Oh my god, Silar has failed miserably. Can he get his chip back in the bag? He does not. Wow. Whiff after whiff with these judges. I cannot get the chips back into the bag. Absolutely failed. Up next, it's the Blood Pact. We are going to go with the little Jago he's pulling up, seeing if he can do something over here now. He's going to take a shot at Silar. Spit pistol at close range gives you +2 dice. So as a punk, he is going to be rolling 4 to hit. And once again, whiffs. What is going on? I cannot roll dice to save my life here. Next out of the bag. Blood Pact again. This time we're going to use the heavy with pistols. All the way over here. My office looks like such a mess in the background. I cleaned the other day and it's just trashed once again. So the heavy moves around the corner, eyeing up a shot into the back of the veteran street judge. She is looking the wrong way, watching Silar blasting punks. She did not realize somebody was creeping up behind her. Scar is gonna take the shot. Now he gets 3 dice. +1 for being close enough, I believe. We'll see in a second. He just gets the +1 and he scores a couple of hits. Can she evade? 2 dice. She fails to evade. She's getting pinged in the back right now. Damage free, and look at that, 2 of them. Ooh, this is not going to be good. Because it's in the rear arc, she loses some and only scores 1 shield, meaning she's took an injury. She took the first Justice Department wound of the game. Ooh, this is not looking good. Hopefully she can activate next, otherwise she's going to be in trouble. And let's see who's activating next. It's Blood Pact again. Oh no. Oh no. Let's start with Stump Shotgun is going to move up. She can't really do much, so she's going to hang out behind the blocks and try and stay safe from the evil eye of Senior Judge Silar. Then it's Blood Pact again. Uh-oh. Combat rifle can't get good shots, so he's going to start working his way around. See if he can line up a shot later in the game. And then it's another Blood Pact. Wow. So Judge Plyton is going to be the last to come out. Cedar is going to start moving towards the concrete bridge. He's going to want to try and get behind this judge. Get up close and personal, whereas Chain can do all the damage. And we get another Blood Pact token. This time it's going to be the heavy with the auto stump. She's going to start coming up. That's going to be a double move. I'm not running with anyone. I don't see the point. The double move is more than enough. If I ran, I'd probably get too close to the judge and get pinged for my troubles. It's now finally the judge's turn. She is going to try and get rid of the pin and fail, which then lowers her activations. Oh, this is rough. I cannot roll well at all. So first activation gets rid of that pin. She turns around and she's going to shoot at the heavy with 2 pistols. Now she's got an injury marker, so it is -1. So that only null and voids the close range. So she is still rolling 4 dice and successfully hits. It's now up to Scar to try and dodge. Which he fails to do. We are looking at a power 4 attack. And she scores 3. No, I can't count. 2 explosions. And his armor does nothing, resulting in 2 injury markers, meaning he is heavily hurting now. Heavily hurting. Let's see if I can find 2 injury markers for him. He has a cool of 3, so he's 1 marker off from dying. That was painful. Oh, finally the dice have come into the judge's favor. Let's see if she can get her chip back in the bag. She is the last one, so it's -1 to a cool, meaning that she rolls 3 dice and the chip goes back in the bag. She is last person standing, so her chip comes straight back out. She is going to shoot Scar again, see if she can finish him. And oof, that was close. I was rolling 1 less dice than I should have. Luckily, the 4th one came in clutch with that hit result. Now, can Scar? He doesn't get an evade. 2 damage. His evade is of 2, so he is not getting any. The power is... it's a big 3. He is done. He's toast. Absolute toast. Doesn't save any of it. He is going to recycle in a body bag. She has just blasted him out the game, meaning that the judges now have 2. She's going again. This time her chip does not go back in the bag and she pins herself once again. So we have finished end of turn 3. We have combat rifle Blood Packer sneaking around with the stump gun in heavy cover. We've got Herodor out in the open trying to be a hero. We've got a subdued Blood Packer. We got some other Blood Packers sneaking around this column. And we got a heavy subdued. So the judges are halfway to completing the mission. And the Blood Packers have achieved 1 injury so far. So turn 4, we're kicking things off with the Blood Pack. Eek! Silar is not in a great position, but I think we go with Chain and he'll charge in. We've got a pinned and slightly wounded judge here. This is a good time to maybe take her out of action. Now, I haven't done close combat in a game of Judge Dredd in a long while, so I'm going to quickly read the rules. Right, he is fight free and scores his hit, which is all he needed. She is now going to attempt to evade. Now, this could be pretty rough. No evade. The chain luckily has no modifier, so it's going to be a power 3. And he scores 2 damage. Ouch. The judge could be in trouble here. She only has armor 3 because of the injury. She gets rid of 1, leaves 1 on the table. That's another injury. Right, next out of the bag comes Judge Silar's chip. And, well, I say it's Judge Silar's. I think she's going to be safe. She's in combat. I think Silar's looking down 4 punks here. He needs a hand. He needs to go first. So, let's see if we can get rid of that pin marker. And we do successfully with a 2000 AD. Now, what am I going to do? We'll shoot that way. Let's get Kidney Hut Boy out of the game. We had halfway there and, oh my god, 3 2000 ADs and a shield. That is terrible dice rolling. Let's try again. And second time lucky. Can he evade? Rolling to evade. He does not evade. Now we're on to the power. I have the power. Wrong franchise. I do apologize. He whiffs it with just 1 damage. 1 damage is not a lot. Let's see. Can Herodor save? He rolls 2 shields. -1. Nothing. Big fat nothing. Let's see if we can get his chip back in the bag. Wow. I failed. Judge Silar is pinned. He is surrounded by punks. This does not look good for him. I decided to jump forward a little bit because a lot of nothing happened. Herodor shot at Silar, nothing. Spit pistol shot at Silar, nothing. Stump gun came in, shot, and stunned. That was it. Not a lot really happened there at all. Now we got Judge Python came on. She did respect the law. Managed to roll a 2000 AD. This is the rule I've been forgetting to use. I finally remembered it. It's only turn 4 of the game. You know, my mistakes, they add up in the end, but I don't think it affects the gameplay. The rule does say you can do it. If I didn't, it was a life choice. So everyone within 8 inches got a pin marker, which was quite nice because she was about to attack this punk in front of her. And that pin is going to come in useful, hopefully. So, fighting in close combat. Whiffs, double 2000 AD. Second time lucky. Gets a hit. I can't believe how much I whiff on my dice rolls in this game is ridiculous. And he evades, so she did absolutely nothing on her turn. And then she fails to get her chip back in the bag, automatically pinning herself. It's the Blood Pact. We've only got the combat rifle left, I believe. So he is going to try and creep around a bit more. Use the cover to his advantage. See if he can line up for Silar next turn. And we go into turn 5. Now, Silar is stunned and pinned, which is not great. We got a couple of punks pinned. And then our other judge is stunned, wounded, and pinned. So she's in a bit of trouble. But they have managed to subdue 2. If she can beat hers in combat and he knocks out somebody else, I think we could pull a judge win here. Combat rifle, he is finally in a position to take a shot. He's going to get cover from the car, but I think it's better just to get this shot done. So a heavy at close range is going to roll 4 dice to hit and scores a hit. Technically scored 3 hits. That would have been an amazing power roll. Right, Judge Silar to evade, and he succeeds with a 2000 AD, meaning that he is actually going to use his evade to move 3 inches and get out of the way. So Judge Silar has successfully got into even harder cover, meaning this heavy either has to move forward or dive back into cover. I went for the coward's route and dived back into cover. The Blood Pact again. Okay, Silar is wide open, so let's go stump gun. Up first, we have to check if she gets rid of her pin, which she does not, leaving her with only 1 activation against Silar. This could save his bacon. Right, let's see. She is close range, or close enough range for a +1. She hits, and he evades. So that was a big whiff from the stump gunner. He's going to use that evade to bounce back. He can't shoot or use his gunfighter because he is pinned. So he is leapfrogging around the board like nobody's business. We then have another Blood Pact chip come out. I think it's time for some close combat. Alright, let's get rid of his pin. And he succeeds with a 2000 AD. That's given him his 2 activations back, which is going to be brutal for close combat. Right, he scores his hits. For some reason I'm only rolling 2 dice instead of 3 there. Oh no, he's a punk. 2 dice is correct, John. Please trust yourself, you're not always incorrect. It's probably a good time to say like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and she evaded. So no damage on that first roll. He comes in again with the chain, 2 dice, looking for hits. Scores his hits. She rolls. She does not evade this time. Damage 2. Let's see what we can roll up. It is a 1 damage currently. Can her armor save her? It cannot, resulting in a stun. It is then at this point that I realized she got a wound last turn and I put a stun marker down. So I'm going to put a wound marker down now to balance out my errors. You see, sometimes I catch them in time to actually fix my own mistakes. A lot of the time I do miss it. That's why you obviously like, comment, subscribe, and keep coming back to watch my crappy battle reports. But every game I learn a little bit better and I improve a little bit every time. Right, we get a gold chip. It goes on Silar and he absolutely whiffs his turn. I'm not even going to bother talking about it. It was terrible. He was completely ineffective, pinned himself. It was terrible. Let's get to close combat. That's more interesting. I can't believe how bad he did. She's fighting. She's not fighting. She's removing a pin. Oh my god, my brain is fried. I just had to delete it. It was just complete whiffs. It was all 2000 ADs. I think Silar needs to retire or go on the long walk. Yeah, so close combat. We had days sticking it with our veteran street judge, but because of all her injuries, she's only rolling 1 dice. So let's pray for this judge. She is in a bad way, and probably is not going to survive this tour of duty. Right, 1 dice. It is a shield. Whiffed. Second time lucky. She hits. He has evade 2 and double 2000 AD. He dodges. That is a massive whiff from the judge. And then she fails to put the token back in, giving herself the lovely pin marker again. And then we move on to Blood Pact. This is not going to go well for the judges now. I think we'll go Spit Pistol. He has pretty good range, so he's going to be rolling like 4 dice to hit. This is going to be painful. Let's just double check before I make another mistake. It is 4 dice, right? Let's roll to hit. He whiffs. Oh my god. 2000 AD, 2 shields. He'll fire again. This time he does hit. Can Silar evade? Here we go. 3 dice. He does. He evades. So nothing happens. Silar is going to stay put. He likes his cover. He's worried about combat rifle. Herodor has to use one of his activations to move around. He is now going to fire at the judge. 2 shots, 3 shots even. He gets his hits. Can Silar evade? He cannot. I even remember the 3rd dice. Still doesn't help him. Power of 3. He only gets 1 power. That's not that bad. Not bad at all. Silar manages to roll. Absolutely nothing. He takes an injury. Ooh, this is starting to get a little rough. It's getting a little bit rough on these mean streets of Sector 102. There we go. We got the injury marker is now in play. Oh, I don't know. We got 1 more move, and that's another Blood Packer. She's going to move around, give herself clear sighting on Judge Silar. He should have used that evade and ducked behind the car. I got cocky. And now it's going to come and bite poor Silar in the ass. 4 dice. She rolls 1 hit, very luckily. And he does not evade. We are going down hard here. The judges are suffering. I think fatigue is setting in. He did suffer a knockback from the stump, so that's maybe helped him. It's completely pushed him out of cover though. And she does 2 damage. Can Silar save? He only saves 1. Ooh, he's took another wound. This is super rough now. Both judges are now heavily hurting here. Not entirely sure they can survive. I think the sheer weight of numbers is now starting to take its toll. So we are into turn 6, I want to say. And I feel this is going to be the last turn. I really can't see the judges coming back from this. Both judges are heavily injured, and we are starting with the judges. I think we got to start with Silar. He is going to attempt to get rid of the pin. And ultimately fails once again. Wah wah. going to try and do a respect the law. There's quite a few of them if he can do this. Let's see what we get. And we get another whiff. Back-to-back whiffs. Right. Pinner's gone. He's in trouble. He's going to go hide. I don't think there's much else he can do, is there? Now that he's hiding, he tries to return his chip and he messes it up. He is now pinned. Terrible. Right, it's the Blood Pact. I think we can end the game here. Chain Ganger is gonna punch the veteran judge. Wow. I forgot how frustrating this game was. I played it a few days ago. Took a break before doing this voiceover because I've got a slight head cold. And yeah, as you can see, he has hit. This is going to be rough. I'm pretty sure she's got no evade, so we're going straight into power. Damage 1 if she can't do really anything. So he has subdued the judge, winning the game for the Blood Pact. She falls off the tower into the sludge and slowly melts into a toxic goo, and the game ends there. And there you go, that was the third and final Judge Dredd battle report. Going forwards, I'm going to just be doing battle reports set in Sector 102 based on my characters and the sector that they lived in. I have learned a lot from that video. 1. Don't record when you're sick. Just take a break. Heal. Get better. 2. Action cams need a lot of light. A lot of light. I did not have enough light going on in that video. And also an action cam probably isn't best for that type of scenario. Probably to watch the dice rolling in a separate tray would make more sense going forwards. 3. Lessons learned. I do appreciate if you've watched it all the way to the end. Thank you. You are amazing. Make sure you drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, do whatever you want. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee or a hot chocolate in these crazy ass times, feel free to join the membership down below. Otherwise, I'll catch you again real soon. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and then go watch this one. This one up here. Give it a click. Bye-bye.